As we get started with 2024, we thought it might be fun to take a quick look back on milestones of 2023. So please join me for the next few minutes for a Viking virtual trip through 2023. Mostly company related, but some more personal, though the two are quite related in our Viking world. So I'm going to share with you a little bit of personal news too. We started the year with my father, our chairman, Torstein Hagen, celebrating his 80th birthday in Antarctica on board the Viking Polaris. He travelled there with his neighbours in Norway on his first proper holiday in 25 years. And for those of us who couldn't be there with him, he actually recorded a daily home video diary, which we're going to share a link to. His neighbour, Lena, very kindly operated his iPhone and filmed great footage we've edited and are sharing with other friends. He also did a great in-conversation interview with Alistair Miller in his Oslo flat, which you can find on Viking.TV, all about Antarctica as well. Then January continued with our Viking Neptune being named in LA by astronaut, artist and Viking friend Nicole Stott as her godmother. It was a great event, and since it happened not too far from our US office, many of our LA office-based colleagues attended, and I think we all helped get the Viking Neptune off to a great start in life on her quest to help our guests explore the world in Viking comfort. And with all the pent-up demand for travel in the world post-pandemic, January actually became the single most successful month for bookings in our history, which of course was a great start to the year. One of the things that we're very proud of on our expedition ships is the meaningful science that we're able to conduct on board and ashore and on our special operation boats and Zodiacs. One of the highlights in February was when the Viking expedition team actually published our company's first scientific paper. That was following observations of the rarely encountered Psychophosioen stygiomedusa gigantea, which is a very complicated name for a giant phantom jellyfish. So that was a milestone for us this year, a scientific milestone. Then midway into the year, and this is very personal, my Labrador Finse, who's actually on my foot right now on the floor. Finse, you say hello. Well, so my Labrador Finse, who's right there, and actually this is Charlie, her son, but Finse had grandchildren. So she had 5 beautiful girls and 1 boy. And that 1 boy is Freddie. Freddie, you gonna come here? Come on, Freddie. Papa. And Freddie, this is Freddie. First, Freddie, say hello, Freddie. Hello, there's Freddie. You want to come up? Come on. And so Freddie is also part of my family now. Come on, you got to face the camera. That's Freddie. So now I'm a proud 3-lap mummy. So that was the personal news. Then June saw the arrival of our Viking Saturn in New York City. She was docked right next to the aircraft carrier, the USS Intrepid, and against the spectacular backdrop of the New York skyline. And Ziff, who's chairman of the Met Opera, named her beautiful ship. This happened while the forest fires in Canada were raging, which actually cast an unusual orange glow on the evening's proceedings, which were hosted by Alistair Miller, as usual. He was our MC. And our trusted team of ship launchers included Sissel, the world's most beautiful voice, our Norwegian national treasure, and also a Viking godmother and a dear friend. Tor Jaran Apel was on the violin, and Geir Røvik, who gave a few of us, including the godmother Anne, an exhilarating ride on his shoulder. And that's his kind of trademark move. The evening was capped off by the most magical performance on the pool deck under the stars of the Met Opera. It was truly an evening to remember. And actually Viking has sponsored the Met for many years. And for some of us, it was actually the first time we visited the Lincoln Center and were given a privileged access to the fascinating backstage world. Which we also filmed and can be seen on Viking TV. Again, that was Alistair Miller who was hosting that visit. This year, we continue our sponsorship of more beautiful music at the Hollywood Bowl, which is the LA Phil, the Newbury Spring Festival in the UK, Classic FM radio, as well as the biannual Royal Albert Hall Classic FM live events, which are fantastic. So should you ever find yourself in London during overlapping dates, I highly recommend at least once attending this special concert. It's truly my favourite in our cultural calendar every year. Then August 4th marks Viking's anniversary every year, and this year we turned 26 as a company. So that was worth a little celebration. And also this August we had the naming event for the Viking Tonle in Aswan, in Egypt, where Richard Revere was our company's second godfather. First one, of course, was Lord Carnarvon of Highclere Castle. He's the descendant of the Earl of Carnarvon, who helped sponsor Howard Carter, who discovered King Tut's tomb. So very, very relevant godfather to have. And of course, Richard Revere is also a very relevant godfather to have, as he sort of is all our ships' godfathers, being their architect. August in Egypt sounds very warm, but it's actually dry heat and was very pleasant. So that was a lovely event. Viking godmother and household name in England for hosting Britain's most popular morning show, and for the past few years special host on Viking.TV. Anne Diamond was awarded an Order of the British Empire, an OBE, for her significant contributions to public health. We were all very proud of her when King Charles officially gave her this honour. At the end of November, we floated out our 11th ocean ship in Ancona, the Viking Vela, which is equipped with hydrogen fuel cells, continuing to set the standard for responsible travel throughout the world. As we closed out the year, we appreciated all the special awards that we've received and, of course, dedicate them to the hard work of our onboard colleagues. We were named number 1 for rivers, number 1 for oceans, and number 1 for expeditions by Condé Nast Traveler in their 2023 Reader's Choice Award. And we were also rated at the top of rivers, oceans, and expeditions by Travel and Leisure magazine. And actually, this marks the first time that any travel company has won these 3 categories, all 3 categories, in the same year, in both publications. Not sure how much more we can wish for than that. So again, credit to all involved in delivering the Viking experience all around the world. Bravi to everyone. We were honoured to receive many more awards than Condé Nast and Travel and Leisure during the year, but we'd like to call out one. Viking.TV was honoured for the 3rd consecutive year as a standout for innovation. And we have to thank James and his team for all that they do to produce and air enriching content free for anyone to view, and of course stream their way around the world every single day at the same time. And James himself had a milestone this year with the birth of his beautiful son, quite possibly the sweetest boy that ever was. And if we're lucky, he'll cut in a photo of his little baby into this message to you. For those of you who watch Viking.TV, of course, that's, James is a big part of making all of that happen. Actually, he makes all of it happen since the beginning. Christmas Day, Lady Carnarvon, Viking godmother of both river and an ocean ship, welcomed us back to explore Christmas at Highclere Castle, which is the magical setting of the series Downton Abbey. And it's, of course, made even more magical dressed for Christmas. All our long ships were also decorated, as well as our oceans and expedition ships, but being based in Basel, we spend quite a bit of time on and off the long ships, and they are magical at this time of year. So as the Christmas markets twinkled throughout December, guests and crew on our river, ocean, and expedition ships around the world helped us bring another year to a close. So thank you for 2023. And welcome 2024 from all of us at Viking.